Hello and welcome. This is episode. I actually have no idea what episode this is. This is episode 89, I believe. Yes, it is. This is episode 89 of Album Review, and today I have. This is actually the first Dream Theater album review I'm gonna do because this is not requested by anyone. I believe I don't have dire Dream Theater fans that are watching my channel right now. But personally, I really love Dream Theater. Absolutely one of my favorite bands ever. Of course, easily being the biggest progressive metal band ever. And there are a lot of reasons for that. Dream Theater is just one of those bands that you have to listen once in your life. You have to listen to a few songs, to a few records, maybe to their entire discography, because Dream Theater is just such a magical band, man. I mean, just everything, the bass, the guitar, the drums, the keyboard, everything is played with such diversity and such musicianship that you are looking at them like, how are you doing this? They are playing really diverse and really complex, really lengthy tracks like Octavarium and A Change of Seasons, which are both 20 minutes in length. So yeah, Dream Theater is definitely a band that you gotta have a really diverse or a really complex taste to really enjoy their songs. But of course, the album I'm reviewing is their breakthrough record. Of course, when they released "When Day and a Dream Unite," it was a record that wasn't really received by. It didn't get a lot of positive reviews. It was a bit mixed. There was one song on there that I really enjoyed. How was it called again? I believe it was an instrumental, but I cannot come up with the name now. If someone pointed a gun at me at gun range, then I probably wouldn't know the song either. When Dream and Day Unite. When Dream and Day. It is really on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember it for the death of me. The It's a Jam. The Itsy Jam. That is an instrumental, I believe. Yes, it is. Written by the entire band. 5 minutes 46 seconds. Great record, or not a great record, decent record, great song. But yeah, they basically, when they made this record, they didn't have a lot of fans with the debut album because not a lot of people were impressed. It wasn't really a mainstream album, so not a lot of people knew Dream Theater already in the late 80s. But everything changed. Everything was different when they made this gem. Images and Words. And this is not requested, by the way, by anyone, so I don't have a lot of requests at the moment. I have two Emerson, Lake and Palmer records requested by Rockdo. But besides those two, I I don't have anything requested. So request something. I need more requests. Otherwise, I don't have anything. So request something. Otherwise, I'm gonna do all from my collection, or a physical collection and all music collection. Mr. Fatal Illusion, by the way, if you're curious. But to get into the album, Images and Words is one of those records that I don't have to open up a Wikipedia page or AllMusic to see ratings and reviews and information about the album, because it is just one of those albums that I have played to death. This is just the perfect record for one of my favorite bands ever. Just everything that Dream Theater stands for, the long diverse tracks, Pull Me Under, and how's the song called again? How can I forget the most unforgettable song by Dream Theater? Really go figure. Metropolis Part 1, The Miracle and the Sleeper, being 9 minutes, I believe. Learning to Live, the last song, which is 11 minutes, I believe. So you have a lot of already lengthy and diverse tracks, which later became even more lengthy. But it all started on Images and Words. People often see it as the official debut album by Dream Theater because Um, James Labrie, the lead singer, wasn't in the band already, but this album is just um, it. You can basically revert. You can basically revert to the title as what you're getting into. You can just imagine how this album plays for you, and the images all speak for itself. Those are the words. So I think that is the metaphor for the record. I'm not really sure, but I really love the album name already. If you can imagine it like that, and yeah, the song itself, the songs on there, "Pull Me Under," an absolute classic by this band. I believe 8 minutes long. That's true. Of course, really heavily edited by the radio, being only 4 minutes or something like that. Don't listen to radio edits. Radios ruin everything, but the original is a classic one, a classic opener for this amazing album. And yeah, this is, in my opinion, the only song that is overrated by this band. I really love "Pull Me Under," but the fans, when fans are at shows, some fans really want to listen to "Pull Me Under," or they really want "Pull Me Under" all the time, and I think that is not. I really don't want that, but that is of course the thing with your hits, that everyone wants to hear the hits and don't want to hear everything else, and that is really a shame because Dream Theater have a lot of great songs. But "Pull Me Under" is definitely a classic song, a really perfect way to open up this classic album. But I'm just a fan base behind the song. Everyone wants to hear "Pull Me Under," but I'm just not the biggest fan of the fan base behind it. But besides that, great song, and yeah, definitely a perfect way to close up this amazing record. Like I said, track two is "Another Day," another just a timeless tune, man. When you think about images and words, then "Another Day" is the perfect soundtrack for that. If it was a movie or something like that. Just with that piano from Kevin Moore when he was still in the band. Just an amazing piano opening with a great interlude with the guitar playing from John Petrucci. Just this song is so magical, and then when the vocals from James Labrie kick in, this song really feels like a bit of a lullaby for a bit of a kid that is going to sleep, or the kid has a bedtime story, and James Labrie is basically the father and singing his child to sleep, to say good night, and he is playing "Another Day." So yeah, this song is really magical. Really love it. If you are a metal fan, you're probably not the biggest fan of "Another Day," but "Another Day" is just so magical, man. I am a metalhead, but I really love also. This is a bit more poppy, I would say. This is a bit more of a poppy song, but this song just delivers, man. It is one of Dream Theater's most emotional songs that I've ever heard, and yeah, this song is definitely, just so magical, man. It feels so timeless. It feels so nostalgic, and yeah, "Another Day" is a song that I would play. Um, Another day, another day, another day, another day. Just etc. etc. Just such an addictive song, man. Love it. "Take the Time" is another one of the songs that has just a lot of great time signatures. Has really thick bass by John Mayong. Really, the song is a bit longer than "Pull Me Under," 8 minutes and 21 seconds, and "Pull Me Under" is 8 minutes and 11 seconds. So this song is slightly longer, and I really love the length of it. I really love the diverse arrangements from the band. The vocals from James Labrie are really out of the roof. When he hits those high notes, you're really in for something spectacular, man. And "Take the Time" is definitely a song that you gotta take the time for, because this song is a bit lengthy, it is a bit diverse, but definitely a song that you cannot overlook on this record. And yeah, it's another Dream Theater classic in there. Also in their just flawless discography, man. You really can't go wrong with Dream Theater. The fourth song I have a really strong connection with. Recently I've really loved it. Yeah, just the keyboards in the opening from Kevin Moore, and the vocals, the lyrics from James Labrie when he is saying, I know it's easier to look away, or to walk away than look it in the eyes. Talking about, of course, your problems, that walking away is easier than looking it directly in the eyes and solving the problem. That is, of course, more difficult, but it is the right way. And Dream Theater is, well, really giving good messages here, good meanings, just good vibes in general. I really love the diversity on there. The lyrics are spot on. Of course, talking about the refrain, when the lights go off, and on and off, stuff like that. That when that hits, that is really funny in my opinion. But that also shows that Dream Theater have a sense of humor. And what I really love about Surrounded is that they show how funny they can be and how emotional they can be at the same time. How diverse Dream Theater really can be. And that solo also in between really helps. That those riffs from John Petrucci are really show that John Petrucci really made an amazing progressive metal band. And yeah, in my opinion, the best progressive metal band there is. Sorry, Tool. But yeah, Dream Theater is definitely the best one out there. And yeah, you definitely should give Dream Theater a chance, because this record is just amazing. It is one of my all-time favorites by this band and of all time. And yeah, you really can't go wrong with this record, man. The end of Surrounded is also really easier when we get we go back to the lyrics. I know it's easier to walk away than look it in the eye. Those immortal lyrics that I still can name to this day, because they're so memorable, they're so unforgettable, stuff like that. Really a classic song, and really underrated, I would say. Of course, Pull Me Under and Another Day are really popular, but also check out Surrounded, man. Great song. And then we get, of course, the classic song Metropolis Part 1, The Miracle and the Sleeper, which is, of course, one of the most critical acclaimed albums one of the most critical acclaimed songs by this band. And we also got a later album that was the sequel to this song, which is Metropolis 2, of course, which I'm maybe gonna review later if it is heavily requested, or maybe I'm just gonna review it if no one. If no one is gonna say anything, or no one is gonna request anything, I'm just gonna review it. Easy as that. But Metropolis Part 1 is one of my absolute favorite Dream Theater songs. This song has just everything you want from a Dream Theater song. It has just those great riffs. Starts off with Christmas bells, I believe, from some percussions from, I believe, Mike Portnoy. And yeah, the song later is just everything. The riffs from John Petrucci are epic. Yeah, just everything on there. The drums are really diverse, really complex. When you hear the drums, you can definitely say that Mike Portnoy is one of the best drummers out there, and he certainly is. He really is one of the best. And yeah, Metropolis Part 1 is probably the most perfect song for if you want to show how diverse and how great Dream Theater is, then put on Metropolis Part 1, because if you would put on Octavarian or A Change of Seasons, then people would lose their patience. So Metropolis Part 1 still has a great length, but not as long as those songs, only 10 minutes. So put on Metropolis Part 1. It is it really shows how diverse and how Dream Theater really is. How complex and yeah, just how diverse the musicianship of the band really is. Metropolis Part 1 probably showcases this the best. So check out this song, check out this record. It is really great. And I think I've said check out this record for like 3 times now, so that means it must be good, right? Yeah, it really is. It fucking is. Number 6 is Under a Glass Moon, and this is one of the shorter songs, which is 7 minutes. So yeah, shorter songs, go figure. That's a Dream Theater for you. Love long songs, love Dream Theater. Under a Glass Moon is a fan favorite, I believe. Yeah, I can definitely see why this is a fan favorite. I definitely need more and more listens with this track because I'm not the biggest. Although I've listened to this album numerous times, I'm not the biggest expert on the later tracks on the of the second side of the disc. I'm a bit more unfamiliar with that, but still, Under a Glass Moon is just a bit like Take the Time, Pull Me Under, but is more dominated by Kevin Moore with the keyboard. So it is really great to see that Kevin Moore takes more, breathes more on the later tracks like Under a Glass Moon and later tracks. So that is really great to see and hear by this band, that Kevin Moore also has his moments, because the albums that he is on, of course, the debut album, Images and Words and Awake. He wasn't on a lot of albums, but the albums that he was on are seen as Dream Theater's greatest. So that is one thing that is really obvious, that Kevin Moore was an amazing keyboardist, but he didn't want to become such a big band like Dream Theater are now to this day. So yeah, definitely a classic song, one of Kevin Moore's absolute best songs, and the solos by John Petrucci are no slouch either here. Definitely a song that I want to listen to more and more, because I haven't listened to this song a lot, but I'm gonna do it because this is a fan favorite, and it is a fan favorite for a reason, because it is amazing. Everything is amazing on this record, but Under a Glass Moon is really underrated, and I should check it out more, and you should check it out too. It is a great song. Number 7 is Wait for Sleep, and this is probably, this is easily the shortest song of the record. It is a bit of a transition, and this is probably the song that I'm really sad about that it is not longer, because Wait for Sleep is probably in my opinion, the most emotional sounding song I've ever heard. Wait for Sleep, I'm not sure what it is referring to, but if somebody wants to say it for me, then, or someone wants to explain for me, then I would be really happy about that. But Wait for Sleep is just one of the songs that is just all Kevin Moore, just all on the piano, James Labrie. I actually believe that this song is Kevin Moore and James Labrie duet. So I really love the piano on this. Kevin Moore perfectly play the piano on this track, and yeah, James Labrie vocals on here are one of his best I've ever heard. This song is emotional. It is a tearjerker. It is really short, sweet and snappy, but this song is just so emotional, man. This is basically the soundtrack for if you have a crush on somebody, a girl that you really like, and you're gonna discover that she doesn't like you back, or she has already a boyfriend or something like that. Wait for Sleep is probably the most perfect song to play then. And I believe that this song was actually written when Kevin Moore was rejected by his crush, so that really makes sense. And yeah, Wait for Sleep perfectly gives that feel, gives that atmosphere of unrequited love or a broken heart. And yeah, Wait for Sleep is definitely one of the most emotional songs on this record, and it is also one of my favorites in my opinion. Really short, snappy, like I said, but yeah, if the song would be on an hour loop or something, then I would not get tired of it. It is such a timeless tune. And the last song to start off or to finish off this masterpiece of a record, I can give the rating already, but yeah, there we are. It is Learning to Live, and this is also a bit similar in vein to Metropolis Part 1, but even more lengthy and diverse. They tried a bit to make a Metropolis 2 already, but you had to wait for that for like 7 years? Yeah, 7 years. But Learning to Live is also a really, really timeless tune. Really great song to close out this record. I'm not too familiar with the song, so I have to listen to it over and over again to really give an opinion about it. I played the first 7 songs to death, but the last song I can't really get into. It is even more complex and diverse than the other 7 songs, so that is really saying a lot. But if you can get into Learning to Live, then definitely give it a chance, and yeah, give this entire record a chance. You cannot go wrong with it. Not the perfect closer in my opinion, but maybe after repeated listens over and over and over again, then I would eventually love it. I think maybe, but for now it is still a great song. But I have to listen to it more and more to really talk about it, to really appreciate it. Yeah. Overall, if you want to get into progressive metal, then Images and Words is the perfect record to start out with. Just the timeless tunes. I, I, I talked about the entire record, so that is really saying a lot. If I'm talking about all the songs, then that means that the album is probably pretty much flawless. So my rating for this album is a 11 out of 10. Yeah, I just really love Images and Words. One of the most flawless records I've ever laid my ears upon. I'm still not sure if Metropolis 2 or Images and Words is the better album. So I'm gonna listen to Metropolis 2 also. Maybe I'm gonna review it soon. So yeah, be prepared for that album review, and yeah, check out Dream Theater. Great band, great album. Just yeah, a lot of great music, and yeah, progressive metal. One of my favorites subgenres. So there we are. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, of course, to the channel. You want to for more videos like this one. I've been talking 20 minutes to this record because it is so amazing. I can talk about Images and Words all day, every day, and I can not get tired of the record because it is so amazing. I really love it. Hope you have enjoyed it. Let me know your opinion about Dream Theater. Do you think they're tremendously overrated? I personally think that they're not. Well, they're just fairly rated, but their fan base is really rabid. So you can call them overrated, but I really don't care because I really love Dream Theater. And yeah, the fans always can be rabid, but yeah, Dream Theater are just hell. They're really talented musicians. You can say that. Yeah, you can really say that. And one of the most talented and one of the most diverse and yeah, one of the most complex musicians I've ever heard in my life. And yeah, I've got to check out more and more bands to really say that confidently. But for now, they're one of the most they're one of the most difficult bands to really play. So, if you want to play that yourself, what they are doing, then you really need to be on the guitar or on your respected instrument for like the entire day, all day, every day. So check out Images and Words, 11 out of 10, and I hope you've enjoyed this album review. And all those things you just said, listen to Dream Theater, one of my favorite bands ever. And just listen to progressive music. It is amazing. It is a journey. It is magical. It is timeless. The music speaks for itself. Images and Words. The title says it all. Images and Words. Easy as that. Great records, great songs, great band, great everything. Progressive is the way to go. Progressive is life. God bless. Stay safe. Take care. Have a nice day and listen to Dream Theater. Magnificent band.